Hello, everybody. We are back. As I said, we'll be having a show called the Special Show. We normally do the special show depending on the milestone. All right. I'm sure you've seen what Mamelodi Sundowns have just done over the weekend. They have represented us, so that is why we are dedicating this show to Mamelodi Sundowns. I'm sure you noticed earlier that we didn't touch much on Mamelodi Sundowns because we knew that we'll be speaking about Mamelodi Sundowns now. Now, let me remind you that the show is called TBR Solution Sport Forum, which can be translated into TBR SSF Show. All right. And then, as I indicated, we are talking Mamelodi Sundowns. My name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe, and I decided that I must fit the part because I'm talking about Kabi Yellow. So I've put the yellow jersey just to say, look, Sundowns, we congratulate you. Now, remember that Mamelodi Sundowns was formed in 1970, as much as Kaizer Chiefs was formed in 1970. So the two teams are the pride of our country. And then Sundowns is representing us very well when it comes to continental football. And we've seen what happened. They've just beaten Al Ahly 5-2. And then it's for the first time a team beat Al Ahly. Remember, Al Ahly is the biggest team. It's the team of the century in Africa. Al Ahly scored 5 goals against Al Ahly. So no team has done that, all right? And I believe that, South Africa is a powerhouse as a country, economically, um, geopolitics. South Africa is a powerhouse. We are one of those leading country in Africa, as much as Egypt is one of the leading country in Africa. And then, so it's very encouraging to see that this is what could be done. And then while I'm still there, we know that at some point Sundowns was owned by various people. I know one of the guys, Dr. Itwe, was there. And I'm told, according to history, Patrice Motsepe's father was also one of the founders. Mr. Singh, who used to own Pretoria City, something like that, at some point, and then ultimately came in Zola Mahobe, and then they made it what it is. They bought people like Pito, Lucky Mulefe, you name them, and then they became one of the team to be taken very, very serious. Then there were the Kroc brothers who came in, and then until Natasha Chiklas came to power and assisted. And then, but as time goes on, let me show you Natasha Chiklas. As you can see here, Natasha Chiklas was one of the people. Then Patrice Motsepe came to the picture. As you can see here, he was still very young. And then he decided to work with the Chiklas brothers for some time. And people were mocking Mamelodi Sundowns. As you can see this article, people are saying, money cannot buy success. Mr. Motsepe doesn't know football. You should just ask Mr. Koza and Mr. Mutong for assistance. Soon he will sign Makantini. Makantini is a cricket player. By that time, he was doing exceptionally well. And then Sundowns is successful because of Mr. Motsepe. Now people are saying in 2023, they need a fair play. So, yeah, those are some of the things that people need to take into consideration. Remember, on our show here, we also have Saddam Make, who's with us. You'll be surprised. Why do I have Saddam on this show? Because Saddam is not a Sundowns. Yes, Saddam is a Chiefs fan. We know about that. And then he calls Sundowns the 57 fans or 57 followers. So, but at the same time, he loves football. You can see here, Dr. Patrice Motsepe here was still very young with Saddam. That is why I shared this. So they've done extremely well. And then, so we can't take away what they've done. Let's see. Mr. Motsepe has done exceptionally well in building this team. And then we need to recognize that. let me put my spectacles because I don't see properly without them. The guy had a vision, and then he brought Pizzo in, and then the strategy was mapped out according to this article that I saw on social media. As I normally say that according to the Marawa Sports Worldwide in their social media page. And then they brought in people like Mangoba Mwiti, Rulani Mukwena, eventually Stephen Kompela were robbed in. It was the beginning of a journey which no man can dispute, that it is being undertaken with aplomb. Credit ought to be given as follows. Patrice Motsepe for being clear on his objective and identify the person to work with while providing necessary resources. Pito Musimane has done very well. We cannot leave Pito Musimane as far as the history of Mamelodi Sundowns is concerned, for unique coaching skill and ability to impart knowledge unreservedly to those under his leadership as it encouraged continuity. Because we saw when he left, the continuation continued, the majority of players that were used were Pito's players or players that were discovered by him. Mangoba native, he must also be credited for learning very fast, steering the ship after the departure of Pito. And then time goes on, there comes Rulani Mukwena. We know that Rulani Mukwena is in charge as we speak, together with Steve Kompela. But now, this year or this season, we saw that Rulani Mukwena is at the forefront. He's at the forefront. And then what I like about Rulani Mukwena, he can put his words together very well. And then, he what I like, he shows that he's a sportsman. He loves football. And then, where I was really, really impressed when they asked him about the allegations of the players who were misbehaving. And he went out to say, look, I'm here to, to protect the players. And then, so that is why I cannot talk bad about them, which must be commended, because it's very easy to, to blame. And then, unlike, taking into consideration that even these players, they are human beings. And because they are human beings, they are fallible. And then because they are fallible, they will make mistakes. So we need to consider that into consideration. And then I'm sure you and I agree that we are seeing the emergence of Mamelodi Sundowns, which is very, very good for our football. And then, currently we know that the chairperson is no more Dr. Patrice Motsepe, as he's busy now in Africa as the president of CAF. We know that his son, Hlupi, is the one who's now chairing, who's steering the ship. You know what I like about Hlupi? I will see him after the game, dancing with the players, dancing with the supporters, to encourage that camaraderie. Well, I know Saddam likes to say they give free tickets, But where do you start? You start somewhere, And then, yes, I've been watching very closely what's happening with Mamelodi Sundowns, and I can tell you the support of Mamelodi Sundowns is growing. The previous game against Al Ahly, the numbers, the people who came there, they were there. And congratulations to people like Saddam, Safa, who contributed their weight by encouraging people to attend. Because remember, it was a question of Sundowns representing us as a country. It was not about Sundowns. It was about all of us being represented. So for me, that was a good thing to see that happening. So we need to continue to support each other, especially when we play with the teams outside. And then, but locally, of course, you can support your team, the one that you love most. So that's very, very important. And then at the same time, I need to indicate that, we just got set news as far as Lucas Moripe Stadium is concerned. We heard that the council or the PSL has found the ground not to be suitable for PSL. So now it means Mamelodi Sundowns and SuperSport United are forced to look for an alternative ground. And then, yeah, so those are some of the sad news. And then, yeah, well done, Mamelodi Sundowns. You are doing very well. You are discovering good players. We are so impressed by my Lula. We are so impressed with the work that Lani Mukwena is doing. And then I know it's a team effort. And then continue to build our brand and make sure that we become a nation that can be respected, because that's what we need. We need to be respected as a country. We need to show people that, yeah, we are also there, you know. And then, yeah, towards the closing of this dedication of the show, I just want to show you and thank you very much that our show is growing, you know. TBR SSF Show is growing. This is one of the shows that we did with Saddam Maki. I can tell you we have already hit about 10,000 views, more than 10,000 views. Moreover, that we are not even boosting. You know, this happens organically. So it can only happen if we get the support from people like you. We really thank you for the support that you are giving us. Continue to subscribe, continue to like, continue to comment so that we build. Because the more we do better, the better for all of us. I thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe from a TBR Solution. TBR Solution is a financial company that helps people to be financially savvy. I'm sure these days you are aware that prices are very up in terms of petrol, in terms of goods and services. Prices are very, very high. Now, these days, we are on a campaign to help those members of GPF or government employees, especially if you are 55 years old or above and you are contemplating to resign or go on pension in 3 months' time. Give us a call or drop us a WhatsApp, then we'll call you back so that we help you to get your money expeditiously, you know, as compared to sometimes people get their money after a long time. We will then transfer your money from GPF to Allen Gray, whom we have a relationship with. And the good news is, once the money has been transferred, you will choose how much you want to earn. If you happen to pass on, your spouse will also get the same amount. Then if it happens that both of you passes on, you would have appointed or selected beneficiaries. It could either be your children or anyone else. And there's nothing like age limit that they must be 22 or below. Even if they're above 22, they'll be able to get the inheritance from you. So that's how flexible it is. And then I know that sometimes people, they worry about medical aid and all that. We also have with other partners who assist you to get a medical aid. So if you want to learn more and get more information pertaining to that, just drop us a WhatsApp. We'll therefore come back to you. I thank you.